Hey everybody, it's time for another real life superhero debut costume intro, and this time I'm debuting my actual sweatsuit with zipper, not a skinny jeans, or I haven't debuted it on this I haven't debuted it on this page yet, but it is on my Facebook fan page, and that is my baggy sweatsuit with zipper, with khaki pants, khaki and military pants. Yeah, this is an actual sweatsuit with actual sweat and jogging pants, even though I'm wearing sweatpants and trunks with blue trunks in this shot. Yeah, but this is the actual sweatsuit costume. I have multiple color variations like an actual superhero, like an actual cartoon character, where you have multiple colors of the same clothes, the exact same thing. Yeah. This is a brand new debut. This is a brand new real life superhero debut for various reviews, rants, and other topics. So, and I also debut a new song. Yeah, let me talk about that. Gotta give credit where it's due. Yeah, I've been watching a female YouTube user name. What was her name? Was Annie something. Her name was Annie Mellon. I think that's her name, Annie Mellon. Anyway, she's known to be a huge Dragon Ball and anime fan, and she reacts to the Team 4-Star anime and various other the Team 4-Star abridged Dragon Ball abridged series and various other abridged and anime based series. In her specific video, as part of her outro, she debuted a song called "Something You Could Never Own," which is a free to use song. I hope the people who performed and created this song do not mind me using it in my video, and that is, the band is called Netflix, and they performed a song called "Something You Could Never Own." That will be the intro. That will be the intro for this brand new costume. So, with that being said, let's get started right now. My distance is to the top. My distance is at the top. My distance is past the top. Still my distance is past the top. Straight to the top, the thing keep heading up. These stars shine, why we should do. Nobody's real without really still. The only way to feel the pains and directors. In a way that you rise as strong as we face. In this life there's a lot of time to get a showcase. Just know you're a giver ever. Live your life with all that you show out. This time is the best in life. Show out the way to make it right. Make it to the top of the mountain, baby, shine until you feel there's nothing more for you can forsake. Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. Have no regrets, yeah, outside of my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in bed. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't afford. It's like it's a thing that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own.
Colonel William Giles, one of the greatest martial artists in the world, travels the global tournament circuit, using it to conceal his top-secret mission as leader of an elite group of international crime fighters known only by their code name, Street Fighters. The heroic man-beast, Blanca, hard-kicking fighting machine, Chun-Li. Team of the most amazing warriors ever seen have joined forces with Guile to combat the criminal empire of Shadaloo and its superhuman leader, Bison. They have their own code of honor, discipline, justice, commitment, and together they will triumph against the forces of evil. Street Fighter!
Hey everybody, as you can see by the title, this is my preview and announcement of the 1995 Street Fighter the animated series sequel sequel picture novel and comic book free online fan-made doujinshi franchise I've been developing for some time now. Just like I said with Dragon Ball Evolution, when it comes to cancel franchises, or franchises that have ended, I think that should have ran longer, I like to create my own sequel in comic book and picture novel form, and I'm going to do one for the Street Fighter cartoon, which I consider one of the greatest Saturday morning action adventure cartoons of all time, and one of the best Street Fighter adaptations outside of the video game, the closest, alongside the Street Fighter Alpha the animation movie and the Udon comic book series. This is also a multiverse story, because not only going to adapt Street Fighter the animated series, but I'm also going to do Street Fighter 2 Victory, Street Fighter 2 Victory Alpha the animation, Street Fighter 2 the anime movie, and the Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter live action film. Then I'm going to bring all the Street Fighters from those specific universes into one gigantic crossover again. I'm also going to do my own comic book and picture novel adaptation of the actual video game canon, but that will be dead last since it really doesn't need one. But I could have sworn the Udon comic books were the video game in comic book form. They're the closest, the extreme closest, even closer than the cartoon and Alpha the animation film, which I consider the closest to Street Fighter outside of its video game counterpart. But no, the comic book is its own story, just as the movies and cartoons and animes are. They're all their own story under someone else's vision, behind someone else's pen. I thought that Udon was, until I replayed and reread the storyline of the video games over again. So yeah, I'm gonna cross them over with one gigantic universe. Yeah, the Street Fighter the animated series. Awesome series. My only problem with it, they ended it way too soon. 26 episodes is not enough because they were still making video games at the time. You had Street Fighter the Third Strike coming. You had Street Fighter the Third Strike series coming out around the time this ended. You also had Street Fighter Alpha 3, where Cody gets sent to jail, and then you got well, I think after that, I think the cartoon would have ended after that. after that, because Street Fighter 4 came like a decade later. The cartoon would have ended after that, and then I think they would have rebooted and did a more accurate cartoon anime adaptation had the Street Fighter animated series been more successful. I, however, include Street Fighter 4. So yeah, they would have stopped also because the Lex games were a series of non-canon crossover events. The next canon one wouldn't be till 2008 and 9 with Street Fighter 4. But yeah, I adapt Street Fighter 4. I squeeze Street Fighter 4 into this universe right here. So yeah, yeah. Like I said, then the other ones, Street Fighter Alpha the animation. This was phenomenal. This was a phenomenal movie. I actually think between this and Street Fighter 2 the anime film, I think Alpha the animation was the best. Mostly because I like the Alpha time period of Street Fighter much more than the Street Fighter 2 time period, which the Street Fighter 2 time period is more iconic though. The Street Fighter Alpha, the animation time period, despite the fact that it had a different boss character in Sadler, it feels spot on with Street Fighter Alpha 1 and 2. And I remember waiting decades and being disappointed. They never made the follow-up and sequel, the open ending. Even Anime News Network criticized the open unexplored ending. It ends with Ryu and Akuma fighting, and you never got a follow-up or any form of follow-up to what happened after the events of this movie. I will adapt the events of this movie. I will adapt the rest, Alpha 3, then the Street Fighter 2, then the Street Fighter. Then once again, I think they would have stopped at or who knows? They could have actually probably went all the way to Street Fighter 4, because since it was a movie series, yeah. But I think they would have stopped at Third Strike, and then when round 4 came around, they would have rebooted and did something a little bit more accurate to the series. Yeah, to the even more accurate, even more closer to the video game series. So yeah, then you got the other one, Street Fighter 2, the anime movie, the one that started it all. The one that started all. Once again, just like with Alpha Animation, they did an open ending. It ends with Bison driving a truck towards Ryu, and Ryu jumping in the air and kicking the truck. Jumping there and kicking the truck, and the movie ends there. Where there was never a sequel. I waited 2 decades for the sequel that never came to this awesome anime movie. I'm doing the rest. Even though this is technically set after Street Fighter Alpha, I'm gonna adapt. I'm gonna mix Alpha 3 with Street Fighter 2 for the comic book and picture novel fan doujinshi, and continue with Third Strike and 4. I think they would have finished after Third Strike and rebooted right around the time 4 came around, because 4 was a decade later. But I'm gonna squeeze 4 into the story also. Then you got Street Fighter 2 Victory, which is from the same creators of Street Fighter 2, the anime film. Even several of the voice actors return for this project right here. However, this project is completely unrelated to the anime movie. It's neither a sequel nor a prequel. It's its own universe. And well, much to my surprise, I have even more appreciation for watching this anime after rewatching it now for its own creative spin on Street Fighter. And I like how it leads right into Street Fighter 2, which is what they were going for. This was their own alternate storyline of the events before Street Fighter 2, before Street Fighter 2. For Capcom, scrapped this anime and created their own prequel in Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 with the Alpha series. Just like with the anime film, I adapt Street Fighter 2. I adapt Street Fighter 2 and include a couple of elements from the Alpha series, and then Third Strike, and I think they would have finished at Third Strike. I will also once again squeeze 4 into this also. Yeah, and the same will be done for the live action film and the video game version, which the video game version is also last because it's hard. it's hard to do. It says there's so one of the biggest criticisms I have with the Street Fighter video games and storylines that there's so many individual storylines that it makes the storyline overall confusing when you look at the order of events. I wish these games, this is something they wouldn't have until Street Fighter 5 and 6. I wish these games had one gigantic single player story mode to link all the individual storylines into one storyline, like the various multimedia comic books, mangas, animes, movies and cartoons did. This is the one place all of those things succeeded, where the video games failed up until 5 and 6, and that was connecting each storyline into one gigantic storyline. So yeah. Once again, this is not a review. This is just an announcement and a preview. Just like with Dragon Ball Evolution, this is just the announcement right now. The second video, which will come in the next upcoming weeks and months, will be the comic book preview, and the third will be the first comic book and picture novel in this little series I've been creating. Like I said, I'm professional and amateur. The amateur stuff is franchises and stuff I don't own. The professional ones, the ones I'm gonna request that you pay for, that will be free. Oh yeah, that's my franchise, my self-created franchise. Yeah, I'll be doing a preview and announcement video on that too. So yeah, this was Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Double Dragon, Killer Instinct, and Eternal Champions. Their preview and announcement videos are next. So yeah, you don't want to hear the rest of the music, turn the video off right now.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. Have no regrets, yeah, I'm tired of my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and you like to what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and you like to what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own.